Joe Biden is what is the opposite of integrity and honor? He's a dishonorable man. Biden campaign cuts a digital ad using Trump's bloodbath remarks. Before I'll play the clip for you in a second, but take a look at this. I love this from NPR. Trump says some migrants are not people and warns of a bloodbath if he loses. This is amazing. The clip in question was Donald Trump saying, they're going to try and move auto manufacturing to Mexico. I will put a tariff on those cars at 100% so no one will buy them.
Correct.
And only if I get elected. If I don't get elected, it's going to be a bloodbath for the whole country. And he's speaking in the context directly of the auto industry.
He said it.
Now,
crying out loud.
Here's what the Biden administration has just put out. I'm going to play the video for you.
Get elected, it's going to be a bloodbath, and it's going to be a bloodbath for the country.
Jews will not.
But you also had people that were very fine people on both sides.
Are you willing to condemn white supremacists and militia groups?
Proud boys, stand back and stand by.
Please rise for the horribly and unfairly treated January 6th hostages.
There'll be a lot of pardons and commutations of January 6th defendants.
Yes, absolutely.
Tell your supporters now, no matter what, no violence.
And it's going to be a bloodbath.
It's going to be a bloodbath.
I like that his new campaign slogan is just stop Trump. Like,
no shame.
He was headed in that direction.
They never talk about their platform.
There
And
isn't
Americans
one.
have been living it for 3 years, so they know it's shit. Look at everything in our country right now. And you can't tell me prior to the COVID scam, I'm allowed to say that, right, Tim? Prior to that, the country was doing pretty well. Let's think about it. 401ks were through the roof. We had the lowest unemployment in every sector for age, race, gender, you name it. There were more jobs. I remember reading that report in 18? There were more jobs available than there were people in the country. And yet, this is all they've got. Every single one of the DAs that's gone after Trump, every one of these liberal, radical, crazy Democrats, it's not, here's how I'm going to clean up crime in the street. Here's how I'm going to fix the economy for you. Here's how I'm going to get people to join our military again so we have some national defense. No, I'm going to get Trump. I'm going to stop Trump. I'm going to get Trump. Well, it's going to be a bloodbath.
He's not a good enough president to defend his legacy, right? He can't point to anything right now and say, you see this economic windfall? That's me. Like, you see how safe the border is? He can't say any of these things because it's all falling apart. Right. So he can say, Trump is worse. Trump is the worst option. Be afraid of him. Not just like don't like him, disagree with his policies, but be actively afraid that he is going to bring in he's going to activate some sort of weird cell of people that want to harm you. When, that didn't happen under Trump. None of these things, these dark positions come true. But Chris and I worked on this story today and, going through the mainstream headlines is almost hysterical because the whole thing, I mean, you'll have to talk about this, was, doom and gloom. Yeah, Trump just predicts end of world. It was constant. It wasn't, and they had issues with everything. He's saying there's going to be no more elections if he doesn't win.
Right. He'll never leave this time because he didn't leave before. Wait a minute, Joe. You're the president. They're literally saying he won't leave like he wouldn't leave before. He left, people. We saw him get on the damn helicopter and leave.
But the funny thing about that is,
this is crazy.
You've got a video of Trump saying, there may not be another election unless I win, while they simultaneously say, if Trump wins, there will never be another election. Like Rachel Maddow screaming it.
Oh, I heard that. Yeah. And Joe Scarborough, those MSNBC people, Joy Reid, talk about no shame. I've been doing this 32 years, Tim, and I got to tell you, man, these hosts, it's so despicable what they do to the American people, gaslighting them, pitting each other against one another, lying constantly, like this bloodbath story. Not one liberal agency out there told the frickin' truth about that comment. They all, from Politico to the New York Times to all the social media sites, and then all the mainstream folks, CNN, MSNBC, they all said the same thing. Trump said bloodbath. It's going to be a bloodbath. They never put it into context.
Well, let's put into context. We got this tweet from Tenet Media.
Oh, here we go.
The mainstream media is having a meltdown over Donald Trump's use of the word bloodbath. Why is it okay for them to use it? And it starts off with good old Joe Scarborough and Micah Brzezinski.
Columnist Charles Blow has a new piece for the New York Times entitled A Biden Bloodbath.
2018 midterms, you can bet that they 100% are fearing a slaughter. In fact, the word bloodbath and massacre come up frequently.
The Republican Party will be destroyed. It's going to be a bloodbath.
There's going to be a bloodbath one way or the other.
Bloodbath for Bernie Sanders.
It's been a bloodbath there, shaping up to be a bloodbath.
Head off a bloodbath in next year's crucial midterm.
Off-year elections are often a bloodbath.
This week's bloodbath for Democrats, a bloodbath at the ballot box.
Yep.
Oh, let's see. You had a guy there lying about flying on a chopper that got hit. You had a gal in there who's the most racist host I've ever seen. You got, I mean, they're all such lying scum.
Bloodbath. I do think it's kind of funny that we use bloodbath as a metaphor for all of these like crises. As it's a particularly, I don't know, macabre way of describing someone's getting fired from their job. But you can't act like Donald Trump was using it in one context when y'all use it in the exact same context. That's why I'm just, I think it's a gift. I think it's a beautiful gift.
I agree with you.
Because now what you do is, first thing I'll say is when I saw the clip on Saturday, I thought it was over. They tried running the story. I thought by Monday it'd be done because it was crushed instantly.
No.
But here's what you do. Take the full context clip. You can find it on X of Trump in full context saying, they're going to build these cars in Mexico. We're going to put a tariff on them. And then what you do is if you know someone who's not heard the story at all, they're trying to saturate the market. You, as Ian would describe it, you inoculate your friends by giving them the correct context first. Mm-hmm. This is how you break them out of the matrix, though. You show someone this video, be like, hey, take a look, watch this video right now. And they're going to watch this 20-second long video and they're going to be like, okay, and you'll be like, Trump's saying that if he doesn't get elected, the auto industry is going to be in shambles. And they're going to go, okay, and then later on when they're at the airport or a hotel and CNN comes on and they hear the bloodbath thing, they're going to go, what? I just watched that video.
Right.
That's not what Trump said. But if someone, it's like whichever bit of information they get first. Ian was saying that he'll send his mom something in the news as fast as possible so that he'll inoculate her from the fake news later. So if, like, this is a perfect example.
Yeah, it is.
If you send the real video to your parents, friends, and family and say, watch this, then when the news comes out and lies, they'll go, wait a minute. But if it's the other way around, what'll happen is they'll watch MSNBC. They'll go, Trump said a bloodbath. Oh, no. And then after that, if you try sending the real video, they'll go, I don't want to watch it. I cannot watch that man.
Right. Or they'll think you edited it. You'll be like,
yeah.
No, it's in reverse. How could I add context, add words Trump said? I'm showing you the full clip. And I love the fact that they had to bring back the very fine people in that ad.
Yeah.
They're bringing that one back when the majority of Americans have learned, maybe not majority, but a bunch, have learned that was taken out of context as well because they didn't play the 37 seconds after the very fine people comment where he did condemn the assholes that committed those crimes. And they're doing the same thing with this one. But I think, Tim, because of shows like yours, because of Elon buying X and allowing spaces, I was on one yesterday and the day before, people are already talking about this when it broke, and millions of people now are hearing the actual full comment ahead of time. And so I think the American people, like you just said, Tim, are waking up. They're seeing this one and blatantly knowing, okay, now not only does the Biden regime lied to me about what Trump says, but now I can see that my newscasters, the people I trust, are lying to me. Because this one is spreading like wildfire quick.
Maybe Biden still raised $53 million reportedly. I mean, that's what he's reporting.
Yeah, this kind of logical approach to deprogramming would not work with any ish lib that I know. And I'll tell you why, okay? So it's an old joke. This person is convinced that they're dead. So this therapist that they get is really intelligent. He's like, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to explain to them that they're not dead because I'm going to help them understand that dead people don't bleed. I'm going to get them to understand that over the course of a series of sessions, and I'm going to prick him. And he does, and he bleeds. He goes, see? He goes, oh my God, dead people can bleed. You see? That's what's going to happen. So when they see this, this ad about, help me stop, let's stop Trump, and the thump, 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 thump. That ad is powerful enough because it like affirms the crazed reality that they think they're living in.
And their fears they already have, right?
Yeah.
Because those fears have already been based on lies for the last, since 2015. Since the man came down the escalator and they started lying on that first comment. Remember that one about the illegal immigrants? So
that's
they've been lying about it since 15.
That's a long time to live in derangement.
Right.
It is like a matrix bubble reality where, I was thinking this, it's been longer than 7 years since they started. It's been 9 years since they started the media campaign hoaxes against Donald Trump. 2015, when he was running, is when they started lying. They have crafted a reality of fake news and information for almost a decade. And I was thinking about it. Isn't it something like every 7 years, every cell in your body is replaced?
That's what they say.
So that would mean there are every human today is crafted from beyond the point of where they've lied. So every fiber of their being has existed in this world for the past near decade. It's hard to break those people out of that.
Oh, it's a lot of deprogramming. I know. I mean, I try to do it on our show, but again, because there's so many lies out there about our network, about your show, just telling someone I work at OAN, the first reaction I get is, I said it to somebody the other day, where was it? Maybe at the airport or on the plane or whatever. And somebody overheard it. And immediately it was, oh, OAN. Oh, that's a real network. You guys are Russian propaganda. I'm like, oh, did you read Wikipedia? Good on you. Good job, ma'am. Do you actually know who owns us? The sweet 82-year-old man, Mr. Herring, his 2 sons. He's really from Louisiana. The kids were born and raised in California. They have no ties to Russia. Trump doesn't call us and tell us what to do. But you read Wikipedia, you watch the mainstream, and they tell you OAN lies to you every day, and it's controlled by Russia. You can't deprogram that. That's hard. But I think the folks that are in the middle, and let's be real, you win an election with independents, with undecided. Those crazies that you're talking about, Tim, we're never going to get to them. You're right, Chris. It's not going to happen. They're going to buy this commercial and think Trump said bloodbath and he's going to kill people. He's going to throw people in prisons and do all kinds of crazy crap. Like you heard De Niro the other night with Bill Maher, Friday before last, going, he's going to come after me. He's going to shut your show down, Bill. Really? Come on, because he did all that the first 4 years.
Thanks for watching this clip from the Timcast IRL podcast. Hang out with us live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. and become a member over at timcast.com for uncensored, members-only shows exclusive. Thanks for hanging out, and we'll see you all next time.